Welcome to Doc Comics, where we delve into the extraordinary world of mutants. In today's video, we take a look at 10 of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe. From reality-warping abilities to mind-bending telepathy, these mutants have left an indelible mark on the comic book landscape. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in. Kate Pryde. The X-Men's Kate Pryde has often used her phase-shifting powers for defensive maneuvering, but time and time again she has shown the truly devastating impact her ability can have. Despite having long been a voice of peace and reason on the Quiet Council, the fall of X has Kate once again donning her ninja persona and becoming Shadowcat to take down Orchis from the shadows. Pryde is now the only living person who can use the Krakoan gates, which is a huge advantage against Orchis. Her grief at the fall of Krakoa has been reflected in her increased brutality, leading to her viciously murdering a group of Orchis soldiers without any hesitation. Legion. Charles Xavier's son, David Haller, better known as Legion, was a longtime villain of the X-Men until he gained control over his multiple personalities and stabilized his powers in X-Men Legacy. Since the Krakoan age, Legion has been an outright hero, creating the life-saving astral plane on Krakoa called the Altar, and helping to protect the mutant nation repeatedly. Legion's vast reality-warping abilities would be invaluable against Orchis, but unfortunately, David disappeared from the universe during a battle with Mother Righteous. Hopefully, Legion, who is surely still alive somewhere in the multiverse, makes an appearance once again during the fall of X to help save Krakoa and beat Orchis once and for all. Iceman. Bobby Drake, better known as Iceman, is an Omega-level mutant capable of vast negative temperature manipulation, with no upper limit to his control over freezing water. Designated as Omega-2 by Nimrod, Iceman has shown just how powerful he is in the fall of X era. After being seemingly murdered by Nimrod at the Hellfire Gala, Bobby's partner Romeo was able to reconstitute him out of his dispersed vapor in the air, proving that Iceman is practically immortal. Since then, Bobby has been using his endless ice powers to assault Orchis from all sides, fighting back against his evil oppressors. Nimrod. The mutant-hunting Sentinel robot. Nimrod has been an enemy of the X-Men for decades, leading to the annihilation of mutant kind across multiple multiverses and timelines. The creation of Nimrod is inevitable in every universe, and Nimrod coming online is often the first sign of a coming mutant genocide. Orchis was finally able to bring Nimrod online, and since then the devastatingly intelligent and powerful advanced Sentinel has defeated the X-Men on multiple occasions. Most recently, Nimrod slaughtered the newly announced X-Men at the Hellfire Gala and almost murdered Iceman. The X-Men have a lot to fear from Orchis, and Nimrod is one of their most terrifying and formidable allies. Mother Righteous. Mother Righteous, recently revealed to be a clone of Mr. Sinister's late wife, Rebecca, is one of the more intriguing X-Men villains in recent years because of her penchant for magic. Righteous has thus far kept her villainy a secret from most of the X-Men, gaining their trust and favor through the sins of Sinister timeline. Mother Righteous is able to manipulate and control people by getting them to thank her, giving her immense power over the many Krakoans who gave her thanks after SOS. The full history and power of Righteous's magic is unknown, but she is one of Krakoa's biggest threats of the modern age, and is well on her way to achieving her goal of reaching Dominion status. Isca the Unbeaten. Isca the Unbeaten is one of the most fascinating Iraqi mutants to debut during the X-Men's Krakoan age, due to her disloyal and unrepentant personality and her devastatingly powerful mutant ability. Isca, who is the younger sister of Genesis, is unable to lose, ever. Her Omega-level ability seems to be reality warping in nature, because while sometimes Isca will simply be given the skills she needs to win, other times the world around her literally shifts, allowing her to never lose. That being said, Isca's overconfidence will always be her downfall, as the brash mutant can still be manipulated by those around her for their own purposes. Storm. Ororo Monroe has always been a goddess, and Storm's time as leader of the Brotherhood of Arakko has re-established her role as X-Men leader and Omega-level icon. Storm has accomplished an almost endless supply of spectacular feats since the dawn of the Krakoan Age, and the highly respected former queen continues to astonish. During the fall of X, Storm is going head-to-head with Genesis as she wages war on Storm's Brotherhood and the rest of Arakko to gain control over the mutant planet. Ororo's weather manipulation, strategic prowess, and compassion are unmatched in modern Marvel Comics, and Storm will surely continue to be the hero mutant kind needs for years to come. Genesis. Genesis, wife of Apocalypse, mother of the original Horseman, and ruler of Amenth, has emerged as one of the X-Men's most powerful enemies during the Krakoan Age, first acting as a major antagonist of the X of Swords event. Genesis, who is an Omega-level manipulator of plant life, is also the wielder of the Annihilation Staff after the Golden Helm of Annihilation was transformed by Saturnine. Annihilation's power allows her to control the demonic hordes of Amenth and manipulate the wills and desires of those around her, making her a wildly dangerous foe. In the fall of X-Era, the ancient warrior is waging war against Storm and her Brotherhood for control of planet Arakko, proving Genesis is a brutal force to be reckoned with. Lactuca. An Omega-level Universal Seer and member of Arakko's Great Ring, Lactuca the Knower has powers similar in some ways to the X-Men's Manifold. Like Manifold, Lactuca is a Universal Shaper, the highest level of reality manipulator, and is able to sing to the universe to communicate with it, considering the universe to be their mother. Lactuca has vast powers like universal communication, teleportation, flight, and most importantly spatial omnipotence, allowing them to know the position of all things in the universe and see everything at once. Lactuca is the one mutant that Genesis fears, as Genesis is unwilling to battle Lactuca after they teleport Storm and her allies away from the Great Ring. Jean Grey. Jean Grey has always been one of the X-Men's most powerful heroes, particularly after gaining a connection to the ancient primordial entity known as the Phoenix Force, which has made Jean into what many consider a cosmic deity. Known as Omega-1 to Nimrod and Orcus, Jean's endless empathic, telepathic, and telekinetic abilities make her an incredibly formidable fighter, and her connection to the Phoenix has made her essentially immortal. While Jean was killed by Moira X at the Hellfire Gala, she has remained alive in astral form, most likely in the Phoenix's White Hot Room, and is soon set to return to immortal X-Men, perhaps once again in full control of the Phoenix Force's primordial power. Onslaught. Onslaught is an abnormality. He was a psionic entity created from the consciousness of two of the strongest mutants in existence, Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto. The mutant creature was created when the X-Men and Magneto's acolytes were battling. Wolverine cut Magneto, which caused the Master of Magnetism to rip out his adamantium skeleton, rendering him seriously injured. Professor X lost control and used his telepathic powers to shut down Magneto's mind. However, Magneto's conscience entered into Professor X and converged to create Onslaught. Sebastian Shaw. Sebastian Shaw made his debut in the X-Men comics as the leader of the infamous Hellfire Club. It was by running this club and establishing a faction with fellow mutants, like Emma Frost, that Shaw grew to power and was able to take control as the Black King. His mutant power is that of energy absorption, which means he can absorb different forms of energy and use it to enhance his strength, speed, and stamina. It makes him almost impossible to defeat in battle because every time someone strikes him, he grows stronger. While this was at first just kinetic energy, he over time could absorb any energy, including magical and electrical. Rogue. When it comes to the power of Rogue, it really lies in who she has stolen power from in the past. Of course, Rogue's mutant ability is power absorption, which means when she touches someone skin to skin, she can absorb the superpowers, memories, talents, personality, knowledge, and physical abilities of that person. The longer she touches them, the more she gains, and she can actually kill a person if she is not careful. With that said, in her past life as a villain, she has absorbed the powers of two of Marvel's most powerful heroes, Captain Marvel and Wonder Man. Carol Danvers lost almost all her powers to Rogue when they battled, and that is what gave Rogue superhuman strength and the ability to fly, one of the rare times that she gained someone's powers permanently. Magneto. Magneto has been the X-Men's greatest villain as well as their strongest ally on other occasions. An alpha mutant with immense powers, he is one of the most powerful mutants to ever live, both physically and mentally. While he is no longer as strong as he was before, due to a connection with the Phoenix Force leaving him weaker, he uses the controversial mutant growth hormone to raise his powers back to their original levels, though it is only for a limited amount of time. Of course, his main power is magnetokinesis, the controlling of all magnetism. With this power, he can create force fields, armor, shoot rays, and fly, and control metal of all forms. However, with all these powers, many people never realize how strong he really is. The woman known as M. A former member of the Hellfire Club, Monet has since gone on to work with the X-Men, X-Factor, and Generation X. Her mutant powers are really a mishmash of abilities that, at the end of the day, make her an almost perfect being. M is perfectly enhanced in almost all areas, including speed, endurance, reflexes, intuition, flight, telepathy, telekinesis, and strength. Similar to Deadpool, whose regenerative powers allows his muscles to immediately start to regenerate if he overextends himself, M needs little time for her healing factor to kick in as well. While not looking the part, M is deceptively strong and has even went blow for blow with She-Hulk. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the incredible powers of Marvel's most powerful mutants. If you enjoyed this list, hit the like button and leave us a comment below, letting us know which mutant powerhouse is your favorite. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Doc Comics for more in-depth explorations of your favorite superheroes and villains. Until next time, true believers, may your powers be as mighty as the mutants we've celebrated today.